Did you know that there are more than 170 million wood poles in service in the United States? And each one at one time was a living, breathing part of nature. And like all organic materials, they're in a constant state of change. This means that each wood pole has its own unique structural integrity that can be compromised by decay or damage. That's why it's important to test and inspect a wood pole prior to climbing. Unfortunately, some opt to skip this vital step. They'll do nothing more than quickly wrap a hammer against a pole a couple times before climbing it. Or worse, they don't bother to inspect or test the pole at all. And sadly, some pay the ultimate price. Why risk trading away the rest of your life just to save a few minutes? With this utility safety brain builder, we'll provide you with the steps you need to take to properly inspect and test a wood pole. The good news is, these tests don't take long to perform, but when done properly, they'll help ensure that you're safe. So let's get started. Step 1. Make sure the pole matches the project. Before you begin work on a wood pole, it's important to determine if it can handle the weight of the employee, the weight of the equipment being installed, and other stresses such as the removal or retensioning of conductors. In other words, just because a pole has 0 defects doesn't mean that it's got the capacity to handle the load that you're going to put on it. So, make sure that your pole specs align with your job prior to starting work. Step number 2. Perform the visual inspection. To ensure the pole is safe, you should visually inspect it to check for 8 conditions that could indicate potential danger. Let's look at the first condition on the list, the general condition. Begin your visual inspection by looking for conditions on the pole that can make it unsafe. First, look for signs of buckling at the ground line. Do you see any bending or curving? Next, check to see if the pole is at an unusual angle in relation to the ground. Is the pole perpendicular to the ground, or is it leaning or angled?